Hello and welcome to Dugout Daily. I'm Charlie and I'm joined by Patrick. How are you, mate?
I'm good, man. How you doing, man? Thanks for having me on your channel, man. Appreciate it.
I'm not bad, mate. And today we're talking about City's 2-0 win against Preston in their first pre-season friendly of the season. We'll go to you, Patrick. What are your thoughts on the performance tonight?
It wasn't bad. The team has some of the players haven't been training. They just came yesterday, if I believe. Is it Zach
Yeah,
Stefan, um, Mahrez, and Cancelo, Diaz, just to mention a few. So look, we can't expect them to be fully fit, but Riyad Mahrez looked very sharp for
yeah,
a guy who was partying a lot. Because every time you go to his Twitter account or Instagram, he's at a party. So look, it was okay. Nice free kick. Good first half. For me, in the first half, n- nobody was actually standing out that much. Maybe
mm,
Carl Palmer. Palmer was actually doing good, but the rest were okay.
yeah,
Um, I wasn't still impressed by Benjamin Mendy because he was the guy who was always posting training videos. I don't know if you saw that
yeah,
during the break. He was doing fitness videos, training videos, so he had to be fit. But still, much fitness is much fitness. I can judge him right now. I'm pretty sure he's gonna start in the Community Shield. The second half is what I was impressed with. Most of those youngsters seem to be very good. They were playing better, more as a team, especially Philip Sandra. I don't know why Philip Sandra never got a chance over Garcia. Obviously, Pep has a soft spot for Garcia, but
yeah,
if you look at his game, he's the perfect Pep Guardiola defender. The passing was good. Most of the defending came from Philip Sandra, and he looked sharp, regardless coming from an injury. And Zach Steffen was actually very impressive. Oh, excuse me. It was sad that the keeper, the youth keeper, got injured. I hope
yeah,
he's doing well. But look, overall, I was impressed by is it what's his name again? Samuel Indozie. Samuel Indozie is very
Oh,
good,
Salmon.
and yeah, and
Yeah,
Margety was good. Yeah, so I
yeah,
don't know about yourself, but I was impressed by Samuel Indozie a lot. It looks like he's a
yeah.
player who we have to watch for the future.
Yeah, he looked very good. A very tidy finish for the second goal as well, with a great reverse pass from McAtee. A wonderful free kick from Mahrez as well. So hopefully his form at the end of last season can carry on into this season and can have another brilliant season for us.
Yeah, what do you think of yourself? Maybe I'm a bit harsh on Mendy. What do you think of Mendy? Because looking at Luke Bolton, right, who
Yeah,
plays as a right back, who used to be a winger,
yeah,
and Pep
yeah,
decided to play him as a right back. Now he was in Scotland as a right back. He looked better than Mendy, who was a left back.
yeah.
Am I criticizing? I don't know. Is it just me who saw that?
No, don't think Mendy did much today. Luke Bolton played well, to be fair to him, in that second half. Thought he was getting up and down very well. He was doing quite a lot of attacking, and all players in the second half looked comfortable on the ball to me, which
Yeah,
was a positive.
that is true. And let's not forget they were also playing. They were playing the full team. That's the Preston team. That's full
Yeah,
of team players who play in the championship, and these are grown men, and they were playing against like 17, 16 year olds, 18-year olds who actually took them to the cleaners. So look, it's an impressive run. As you said off camera, nothing impressive. I don't think, apart from McAtee's pass and Edozie, obviously Edozie been outstanding for the second half. I don't think there's actually much we can pick. You know, like how we picked
mm,
Foden and Brahim Diaz
yeah,
against Madrid years ago. I don't think there's
yeah,
anybody you can say, okay, that guy is gonna get a chance. Maybe let's wait for the second game on Saturday at 6 o'clock against Barnsley.
yeah,
And if McAtee and Edozie and Palmer still shine and Sandler still shine, I'm pretty sure there will be some of the names around the big team. I wasn't impressed by Gomez though, because he's been here
mm,
for 4 years, believe it or not.
yeah,
And people were saying he's going to be like our own Kante, but nothing special. Uh, he still doesn't impress me. He seems to be very less physical for the Premier
mm,
League. I'm pretty sure he's going to go on loan. So that's all I can say about the Preston game. I hope the first team, some of them come back early. Oh, Cancelo was good first half. I don't know if I'm the only one who thought that. Cancelo seemed like he was sharp also.
Yeah,
Uh, Unfortunately, his Euros were cut off because of COVID.
COVID.
But yeah,
Yeah,
but he seems fine. But that's all I can say about the game. It was just to keep the fitness up. Uh, Diaz, I hope he comes back better because that display, the display in the Euros was not that great from him. So I hope he
no.
comes back better. I hope it doesn't affect him. Yeah.
Mm. We'll go through player by player now. Talk about how
Yeah.
they did. We'll start with Zach Steffen. How do you think he did today?
He did very well. He looks very sharp and he looks very comfortable now on the ball. I thought when he first came to City, he didn't look very comfortable, but now he looks very calm, comfortable. He is able to take those risky passes that Edison does, and he seems to be very sharp. He came out on goal for one of the one-on-ones, and he did very well. So look, Stephen, I'm pretty sure right now, if he continues like this for preseason, he's going to start for the Community Shield against Leicester. I think
Yeah,
so. Yeah.
I'd assume Steffen would start anyway against Leicester, seeing as though he's second choice keeper, and that's normally what Pep does with the cup competitions.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, usually takes the second string keeper and starts them, gives them an opportunity, which is good. You know, it's fair. I'm pretty sure that's what they tell you when they're picking you at City as a second keeper. They tell you, look, you get a chance in the league games. I promise you that, which is great because other teams still play their first keepers and never give
Yeah,
anybody a chance. But look, he looks very sharp. Uh, to be honest with you, uh, the Zach Stephen I used to see in America when he used to play there, and the one I used to see in Germany, he was very, very good. I think when
mm,
he came to City, he was coming off a very bad injury. And Edison, if Edison doesn't, like, I'm not saying he's better than Edison, but I'm saying Edison better come back better. If Zach Steffen has come back this season to say, maybe I'm going for that number one spot, I think it will give Edison a bit of a push, which is great for us because I wasn't impressed by Edison in some games last season. He seemed like he was like, nobody can take my position. So I might as well just make a few mistakes. So you see, I think
mm.
Zach Steffen will push him, and it looks like he's very sharp. So yeah, look, it was great game from him. Um, yeah, I don't know what you think yourself.
Yeah, I think he gave the ball away 2 or 3 times, which I weren't very happy with. But he came out well. I remember sweeper keeper, slide tackle in the first half. He had to come on. He had to come back on. Sorry, in the second half after Kieran Slicker got injured, which didn't look good for the young keeper.
Yeah,
So
true.
I
Yeah.
hope he's well. We'll move on from Zach Steffen now to Benjamin Mendy. How do you think? You briefly said before you don't think he played great, but why do you think that?
I don't know. Do you know the thing about Mendy? It's quite disappointing. It just seems like every time somebody's running at him and somebody's running past him. Do you know how the fullbacks can catch up with somebody?
Yeah,
Or when somebody's running at them, they look comfortable. Mendy just looks uncomfortable every time somebody's running at him or running like towards him. He just looks very
yeah,
uncomfortable. I don't know, there's just something about him as if he's just feels heavy. He feels like he can't run, but yet he's cut down on weight. If you've noticed from the bench Mendy we had in the first, I think they told him to get a bit fitter, but he just looks like for me, I just think the English game is not for him because if you
yeah,
saw him in France, he was very impressive, and in France he was actually very fast.
yeah,
Obviously, the injuries maybe have had an effect on him, but every time, as I say, when somebody's running towards Mendy, it just looks like he's very uncomfortable, and his position in the way like if you see Robertson, or if you see Walker or Cancelo, they seem to sort of move their body, getting ready for someone to attack them. Mendy just looks like if in a few minutes he will trip over his legs. So look, it's preseason. I'm just not impressed because I thought because he was posting training videos every time on
yeah,
Twitter, I thought he was gonna come back fit and ready. But let's see the next game and let's see the charity shield. I'm pretty sure Mendy is going to play for that. So let's see. You may never know. Bolton
mm,
might actually impress Pep, and Mendy might be on the bench. You never know. It may
yeah.
happen. Yeah.
Anthony says, Charlie, when is Man City going to make any good signings? There's only 5 weeks left. Well, I'm hearing Grealish should be coming in the next week or two. I've not heard any updates about Harry Kane, though. Have you, Patrick? About
I
Kane?
don't. I don't know. According to Fabrizio and Fab and other journalists, they say that we did bid for Kane 100 before the Euros, right? When the Euros were starting, we bid
Yeah.
100 and then it was rejected. Uh, so I haven't heard anything. And Fab keeps saying on his podcast that he hasn't heard any other bid from City after that 100. So are City waiting to come with another bid, or is there discussions behind we don't understand that are happening? But Jack Grealish, I don't know about. I don't know about Jack. Today, a few minutes ago, I don't know if you saw it. It was on Twitter. Somebody said we're about to bid 75 million. So things are changing. Somebody was like, Jack Grealish is going to be worth 100 million, which, believe it or not, I wasn't agreeing to. I was saying 80 max. I don't think he's a
Yeah.
100 million player. I'm sorry. Uh, Whatever people are out there are rating him, I know he's very good, but 100 million for Jack, it was a bit of a stretch. If 75 makes sense, maybe get to 80. But I don't know, Charlie. I don't know Anthony. Is it Anthony? Yeah, Anthony.
Yeah,
I don't know
Anthony.
Anthony. What I'm thinking is, if it was up to me, I would just be looking at a striker, uh, a defensive midfielder, and a left back. I don't know why we don't want the left back. I don't know why we can't. This is what I've been thinking. I don't know if you think the same, Charlie. I've been thinking if we can't get rid of Mendy, somebody doesn't want to buy him. I'm pretty sure there's a French team out there in France who would take him on loan with
Yeah.
an option to buy. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like take him on loan
Yeah.
and see if he does well. Get him back to France. We need a left back. We can't continue with this. We pick right wingers as left backs, or we pick
Yeah.
midfielders as left backs. I love Zinchenko, but I don't think he's strong enough to take us into a Champions League or take us
Yeah.
far up, against elite players. So I hope City signs somebody. What's also making me laugh is everybody was reporting that City studied all their signings way before everybody. Do you remember that report? Like, oh, City
Yeah.
have already picked up who they're going to sign. They'll be the first ones to sign. But now, look, days are going, nobody. So I don't know about you, Charlie, but I think maybe Jack Grealish might be this week because a lot of reporters are saying that, and somebody who there's a guy who reported it yesterday, and people are claiming that this guy has never missed for City. He predicted it. He said that Bernardo Silva gets signed. It happened. He's the guy who said we're going to sign Diaz when people are saying Koulibaly. He said Diaz is going to be signed in exchange with Otamendi. So the guy said by the end of this week we'll hear news about Jack. So hopefully we do. But
Yeah.
for me personally, I'd rather have a left back and a defensive midfielder because I don't trust Rodri when we're playing very fast teams. I just don't. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I don't. He just seems slow to me. I rate Rodri,
Yeah.
but I don't think he's great. I prefer Fernandinho, and I think this will be Dino's last season for us.
Yeah,
Um,
that's actually true. Yeah.
yeah. We'll move on to Nathan Ake now. How do you think Ake played today?
Impressive. Most of the shots stopped were for Make. If I'm right, I think it was his
Yeah.
name was being mentioned multiple times. It was actually Diaz who looked uncomfortable today. I think because he just got back to training yesterday, but also
Yeah.
Ake
Yeah.
got back yesterday, so Ake looked sharper than Diaz. I think. Do you know what? This is just what I'm thinking, right? I think there's few players who are trying to prove themselves. They're trying, I think, harder to force them because you know how Ake started with the season. He was very unlucky. He got injured, then he came back and he found Stones and Diaz are doing superb. And he came in with the 40 million price tag on his head, and he wasn't with City for so long. So everybody was pointing at him. Oh, look at Ake, look at this. But he was trying to cover Mendy all the time. He was trying to cover the left. But today he was very
Yeah.
good. You just hear Ake has blocked it. Ake has stopped it. I think Ake played very well. I don't know what you think about yourself, how Ake played.
Yeah, I think Ake played well today. As you said, he looked the more comfortable of the two centre backs, with Ake and Diaz, and we'll move on to Diaz now. How do you think Diaz played today?
Doesn't he doesn't still look like he's got back to the Diaz that we got last year.
Mm,
I hope and I pray that this whole Euros thing hasn't affected him,
yeah,
because players listen to those criticism. He didn't have a good Euro, Portugal
no,
were supposed to be the team that dominate, but it looked like they were out of. So he didn't have a good Euro. So I hope he comes back better. But I still have confidence, regardless if Diaz doesn't come back better. I still have confidence in John Stones, and don't forget Laporte. Laporte had a
yeah,
good tournament, regardless the fact Spain were out. Laporte still had a very good tournament. So look, Diaz came in yesterday, so I can criticize him. Maybe he needs another game, and I'm pretty sure Pep will continue pushing him in these games because he needs Diaz to be sharp because he's a leader in the back. But I wasn't impressed with him in this game. But as I said, I can't put much fault on him. He just came in yesterday,
yeah,
so there's nothing much I can say. I just said he wasn't the standout amongst the two. The standout was Nathan Ake.
yeah, yeah. Um, we'll move on from Ruben Diaz now to his Portuguese teammate, João Cancelo. He said before he looked sharp. Was he one of our best players today in
Yeah,
the
he
first
was.
half?
He was. Him and Mahrez were like him and Riyad Mahrez were on fire. Like they had this 1-2 pass, these 1-2 passes and the
Yeah,
touches where you could tell that, you could tell the left side was cooking. Like you could tell that the left side was not the right hand side where both of them were. The right hand side was where all the attack was going, and
yeah,
Cancelo defensively and attack was incredible. Uh, to be honest with you, it's just that Walker is a bit of a freak.
mm,
It's just too fast and
yeah,
too good. But Cancelo is actually a very good right back. Unfortunately, he has Walker, who Mbappe says whether you run away from not, he'll find you. Like Walker will catch up to you. But Cancelo is very good. He looks very sharp, and if he continues again, you might find he's going to play a lot of games. Uh, that's why I think we need a left back so that he can stop being tossed to the left. Because even
yeah,
his under 18 coach for Portugal said he never loved to be played at the left. He said Cancelo has the ability to play a defense. He says down the middle as a cam. He has the ability to
mm,
play as a left back, but he never liked playing at the left. So I think he doesn't enjoy playing the left. So maybe we get a left back and Cancelo can get more chances at right back. But he was very impressive. Him and Mahrez impressed me a lot because they were doing very well. They understand each other very well.
yeah, yeah. We'll move on. We had a very strong defence out today, but a youngster that played in the first half was Ika Pozzo. How do you think he did in the
He was
midfield?
he was very good at holding the ball. I don't know if it's only me who saw
Yeah,
that. He
yeah,
had this whole way he turns his back against the opposition goal. He gets the ball, he turns, and he
yeah,
did that a few times, and he was very good. I look, I've heard of him before, right?
yeah.
He was on loan, wasn't he? I think he was sent down on loan before.
I think
Um,
so. Last
yeah.
season.
What's his position? Do you know that? I have no idea. I used to
Um,
think he's a winger. I used to think he's a winger, to be honest. That's what I used to
I
think.
think he's like a defensive midfielder who can
Is
also
he?
play in like central midfield. Yeah,
Wow, I used to think he's a winger. I was impressed with him, and he was actually helping Fernandinho in the middle of the park, and he seems like he's very strong.
yeah,
So look, you never know, but he's very good. I was impressed.
yeah. We'll move on from Ike Pozzo then to a player we've seen a couple of times now, Cole Palmer. How do you think he did today?
He was actually good. He was very clean on the ball. He actually, do you know what's the difference? Cole Palmer now looked like he's one of the senior players. I don't know if
Mm,
you noticed that.
yeah,
He actually looked like he's been playing in the Premier League for years, and he looks
mhm,
like he's settled. Unfortunately, he missed that chance, but it's not an easy chance.
yeah,
People thought it's just a tap in. That's not just an easy tap in. It was coming at a very high speed with Mendes' head, and it was so close. But look, Copam was very good, and he was popping up in spaces, and very fast. He's very fast.
yeah,
If you look at him, he doesn't even look like he's somebody who's very strong, but he was very strong, very fast. He was going into pockets, and he was feeding Rogers. Rogers plays as a striker on loan. I don't know why he was playing as a
left
I think
winger.
he plays as a striker or a cam sometimes. I think so. So I was surprised he's playing at the left, but he looked very comfortable at the left anyway. But Cole was very good, popping everywhere and connecting play with the midfielders. I think he did very well. Nothing impressive, but I think he did very well.
Yeah, yeah. And we'll move on to a first team player now, Fernandinho. How do you think Dino did today?
The guy still looks like he's 27 years old,
Yeah,
and I don't know if you saw him at the point. There's one point where he went to the left hand side, dribbled, and I was like, "What is he doing?" And he continued dribble, and he went past the player. I was like, "Wow, this guy is 36 years old. He's about to turn 37,
mm,
and it doesn't show that he is. His legs are not going. I remember people
yeah,
were predicting, was it mostly Liverpool fans, were like, oh, he's going to be finished very soon. When he hits 35, he's done. 34, he's done. He's not. Um, Whether people love it or not, if you talk about top 10 defensive midfielders last year, you still put his name in there. Even the cameos he had, he still has his name in there. And look, he still looks fit. And it still looks like he's going to be very important this season. He's just not going to be a figure on the bench. Look, he was impressive. That's the issue. I think that's the level we judge Rodri at. Rodri is good, but we judge him at Fernandinho's level the same way we judge Jesus at Aguero's
yeah,
level.
yeah.
But I think it's about time we realize that Fernandinho and Aguero, I think, were just
A
better than
level
most of
above.
these guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, but these guys are young, so they might reach there. But look, he's still firing, and I hope he gets very involved this season.
yeah. We'll move on from Fernandinho to another youngster, Morgan Rogers, out on loan at Lincoln last season. How do you think he played today?
Yeah, he was the one who was scoring those wonder goals. I was seeing them on Twitter.
Yeah,
The kid looks very strong. I don't know what you think. He looks very strong, and it looks like there's a reason why he's being played at the left by Pep. Maybe he's trying something.
yeah,
To be honest with you, if I was Pep, I would be trying most of these kids at the left because you know how we even though Foden plays at the left, we don't have a natural left footer at the left like since Sané left. I don't know if you've noticed
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Since Sané left, there's nobody who is natural left footer. That's why that other kid was it the Samuel Edozie was very good because of his left foot, but
mm,
Morgan looked good. It's just that I think he didn't get a lot of the ball, didn't get a chance with the ball,
mm,
but you can see there's potential there. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go on loan again. You never know; he might impress in the next game, and we'll be talking about him being part of the first team, but that'll never happen. I think so with the amount of talent we have. But I don't know. He
mm,
was okay. He was okay. Nothing impressive.
yeah. We'll move on to another youngster, played up front today, Ben Knight. How do you think he did in the first half?
Looked good, but he missed a very good chance, you know.
Yeah,
I think he was trying to nutmeg the keeper. I thought he was going to take the ball away from the keeper, then hit it in, but it looks like he was trying to nutmeg the keeper. Looks impressive. He looks like he's a good player. The thing about City is with a lot of talent, all these kids had good moments, but he looks sharp. Let's wait and see him in the next game, you know, because I think a lot of people talk about him a lot. They say
yeah,
he's incredibly talented, so we'll see anyway.
yeah. Another first team player, Riyad Mahrez. You said before he was linking up well with Cancelo, but he scored a brilliant goal as well. How do you think he did today?
He looked sharp. He looked like he hasn't left. He looked like a player that did not come in yesterday, you know. It looked like
Yeah,
he's been in training all this time. That's the thing about Mahrez. I don't know if you heard about Pep, what he said last time when he went to Algeria, that the guy recovers so fast and he's willing to play all the time. So I think he's just naturally gifted. Him and Cancelo were making things look so easy. You could
yeah,
see that these guys are top class, world class players at the right hand side. So look, it looks like he never left, and I'm pretty sure if he continues like this for preseason, it's going to be hard for the guys who are coming later on. You know what I mean? Because he's
yeah,
coming early, and
yeah,
now people like him when they come back, they have to start again to convince Pep. And Mahrez is already here firing. So look, it looks like he's gonna get that right hand spot again when the season starts. He looks very good, yeah.
yeah. That's the first half 11 that played. We'll move on to the second half team now.
Yeah, cool.
Starting with the player that he didn't have. He didn't really get an opportunity though. But Kieran Slicker would unfortunately got injured. Hope he's well. But with what you saw, did you think he did okay?
Yeah, he had just 3 moments, I think so.
Yeah,
He had just saved the ball, by the way. That particular incident, I know he was doubting to come out, but he actually saved the ball in that particular incident. And unfortunately, he crashed with the other guy. But he had a moment where he passed the ball to Gomez, I think so.
yeah,
He looks like, and this is impressive. It looks like it doesn't matter who's between the sticks at City. They're good with their feet and that height at that age. Look at that height. It looks like
yeah,
he's got a good future. As I said, I hope he gets well soon. And Pep says it looks like he's going to be fine. That's what Pep said on the City on City Plus after the game. Hopefully we see him again, in the future.
yeah. We'll move on to Felipe Sandler now. How do you think he played?
I was very impressed. Very good in the air, very good with the ball. And I don't know if you watch the game on C Plus, the only
Yeah,
name you're hearing in defense was Felipe Sandler. He's blocked it. He's done this. He's done this. If you've watched this guy, like I know that people say don't watch the YouTube things and then believe it, but you can still tell from even the YouTube videos that this guy is actually good. He
yeah,
looks like he's very good on the ball. He can also play defensive mid, and he looks like he's a very good defender. Unfortunately, the injuries got to him. For me, this is just for me. There's a space missing. You know where Garcia was number 5, right?
yeah,
How it's John Stones, Laporte. The rumors about Laporte are gone now, thank God.
yeah,
Diaz, okay. There's always a number 5. It was Garcia.
yeah.
If he doesn't get that spot, I think it would be unfair. Uh, I don't know what you think. Is there
Mm,
anybody else? I don't think there's anybody else. I think
mm,
he's been waiting in line, for so long. I think if he doesn't get that number 5 spot, I think we'll never see him again
yeah,
because Howard Bass is at Angelet with what's his name?
uh,
Company, the
yeah,
company's team.
yeah,
So if Sandler doesn't get the spot and he looks more physical, he looks like a leader. You saw him in the back; he was organizing everybody. Uh, Taller than Garcia. Garcia was a good player, but the issue was height. I think for me, it was height and physicality. Sander looks like he's very physical, and Pep Guardiola called him. If you remember this, for them when they're signing him, he said he got a call from Pep himself saying, "I enjoy you as a player." So I'm pretty sure there's a bit of hope. If he doesn't get that 5th spot and still gets sent on loan again, with the options we have, I think he should just think of maybe saying, "Look, find me a permanent move somewhere." But he
yeah,
was very impressive.
yeah. We'll move on to I think he was at right back, Yan Kuto. How do you think he did in the second half?
He looks like a proper left back, but with how he's been playing at Girona, right? He's
Yeah,
been amazing. He was the player of the season. I don't know if you know that. He was the player of the season, and he was part of the team in the second La Liga division. But today I didn't see much. I don't know if it's just me. I was concentrating on him. I was like, let me see some of that Brazilian flair. But he had neat passes, but nothing impressive. Again, every right back at City is judged based on Walker. I think
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the judgment we do because you're trying to dislodge Walker. But
yeah,
for me, I feel like this kid, regardless, is going to be with Cancelo at a point in time. I think they rate him at City because you remember
yeah,
they had to convince him not to sign for Barcelona.
yeah,
They
yeah.
told him that will give you a chance. So I think this kid will be the one. Unfortunately, your man who plays for Spain, is it Poro or is it Polo?
Pedro
Polo or
Porro.
something. Yeah, yeah. I feel sorry for him that he wasn't even called back because season is done in Portugal and he plays for Spain as the first right back sometimes in the Euros. He was actually playing. So I'm surprised that he's not even here. But anyway, he might be sold for about 10 to 8 million. I hear that. So look, nothing impressive, but we'll see it in the next game.
Yeah, yeah. We'll move on to Finley Burns now. How do you think he did?
He was actually good. How old is that kid? How old is he? He looks.
I
Where
th-
where, where do we get these tall centre backs from? Like
no
Howard
idea.
Bass and I've never heard of him by the way, but he looked very
Mm,
comfortable at centre back. Looked very
yeah,
mature
yeah,
and comfortable. Nothing special, but he was neat and tidy on the ball. Uh, to be honest, these two were actually more impressive than the first half centre backs. Am I right? I think these
Yeah,
two
yeah,
looked like
I
they were
think
like a
so.
partnership. Yeah, they looked more of a partnership. But anyway, they've been doing more training than the other guys, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
Anyway, he was tidy, nothing special to talk about, nothing impressive, to be honest.
yeah. As you said before, Sandler was the standout
Yeah, he
defender
was.
in the second half.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
We'll move on to Patrick Roberts now. How do you think he did?
This- he's it's quite disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah,
I always want him to do good, man. I want this guy to do good. I don't know. Am I the only one who feels that way? I just
mm,
want Patrick Roberts to do good. Since the first day we bought him, I've always wanted this guy to just do good. And for a guy, when he went to La Liga at Girona, he was the second guy with the most dribbles that season before he got injured, behind
yeah,
Messi. I don't know if you heard about that. He was actually second with take-ons and dribbles, that successful dribbles. He's actually talented, but injuries always get to him. He's now
yeah.
24 years old, 24, and he's got 1 year left on his contract. Hmm,
Mm. We
I don't
could see
know.
him leave.
Yeah, and Pep doesn't like. He was supposed to be one of the stars that Pep had to see and say, "This is the guy." But since Pep came, he doesn't do anything impressive during preseason. He gets
Yeah,
out like the younger kids always outshine him, but yet he's very talented. So I don't know, man. I think he should just be sold. If I were him, I would just say, look, I have to move on, because he's been at City ever since he was 18, and now
yeah,
he's 24. So I think it's time for him to move on.
yeah. We'll move on to Matt Smith now. I think he played in midfield. How do you think he did today?
He was very tidy and very good, and he was okay. As again, nobody stood out. The thing about Man City, as I told you, we've got so many talented youngsters. So for us, it's okay. I'm pretty sure for other teams, I'm talking about like Preston. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
that coach. I wouldn't be surprised with Preston coach or has picked a few guys to get on loan. I wouldn't be surprised if Burnley or Preston will pick a few youngsters from City. Remember what happened last time we played preseason with one of the teams, and they picked a few kids. They took a few kids back. Uh,
yeah,
Matt Smith looked okay, nothing impressive. Uh, just they're just talented, but there was nothing impressive. There was nobody who stood out that much. Yeah, a few did in the front, but he didn't stand out that much, to be honest.
yeah. We'll go to the guy that played at left back now. Luke Bolton was in Scotland last season. How do you think he played today?
Do you know the thing about this player? Since the first time I saw him, I don't know if you remember when we had that jersey, the blue one with the stripes, the Nike one, the blue one with the green stripes.
Oh
That time
yeah,
when Sane got his cornrows, and that time Sane was leaving, and Sane, you could see from his face, Sane is no longer happy. He wants to leave. Bolton was playing at right back, and he skinned Fabinho. He went through the right, skinned both of them. They failed to catch him. We could have scored, but I think we missed. But the kid is too hardworking. I think Pep saw him that with his energy, he's better at fullback. I
mm,
think he's very physical. And if one day, unfortunately, I don't see it happening, but I don't know how you feel. He looks like he would actually be a good squad player. Like he's
yeah,
very
yeah,
hardworking, he's physical. I wouldn't mind him actually staying with the team and just uh, help at the fullbacks, but I think we've got enough. But I see him more. I was more impressed with him than Mende.
yeah,
Nobody went past him. I was watching him because all of us are looking for somebody to play left back at City. We're like,
yeah,
please do good so that uh, I don't know. I don't want to be like a Mendy hater, but we always like, please do good. We just want somebody to the left. He was good. Nobody went past him, and he was very
mm,
energetic. But I'm
yeah,
pretty sure he's gonna go back to Scotland. For me, I wish I wasn't impressed because even I remember last time West Brom were looking at him. I think one of the Premier League teams, and then they sent him to Scotland. I hope one of the Premier League teams actually takes him on loan. I don't want him to go back to Scotland. I'd rather him stay in the Prem, and maybe he'll impress and get a good fee from him. You never know.
yeah. We'll move on to someone who's appeared a couple of times for the first team, Claudio Gomez. How do you think he did today?
He gave away a few balls, didn't he? I saw him. He
Yeah.
gave away a few balls. Uh, I don't know. Okay. The guy has the same height as Kante, right? And that's what people are trying to say that at PSG when he was in the under 18 at PSG, where he was playing very good. The way they were comparing with Kante, that he's the next Kante and everything. But nothing. I haven't seen anything impressive. And this also shows that those YouTube videos sometimes might be wrong because he looked very good.
Yeah.
You know what I think should happen with this guy? He should just be sent to France somewhere on loan. What's that
Mm.
team? What's that French team that has gone to League One? Belongs to City.
Triers.
Yes, I think they should send him there if they are looking for somebody. I think they should send him there. I think he needs a loan somewhere. I used to think. I think his opportunity to impress was during the first time when he came, when there was all hype for him. Oh, this
Yeah.
new kid.
Yeah.
I think right now, I think Pep doesn't see him as anywhere near the first team. I might be wrong, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah. We'll move on to another youngster now. James McAtee. How do you think he played today?
I think he's very impressive. I think the hype is real. I don't know what you think. I think the hype is
Mm.
real. Uh, I think I think if he continues impressing, he'll end up being around the first team. And I think he's not going. They even said on City Plus that Pep talks highly of him. So I think this is one of the ones that he'll never let go. Maybe I think there's a few that will stay close, but he's very good. I hope if we don't keep him around the first team, he goes on loan. I don't know why Man City never loan any players to Premier League team like other teams. Liverpool like selling to teams for big prices. I don't know why we don't do that. But he looks
Yeah.
very good. That dummy took all the defenders away before the goal scored. Yeah, I was impressed with him. I'm pretty sure he's going to play in the second game against Barnsley on Saturday.
Yeah. We'll move on to another youngster now. Pablo Moreno. Didn't see much of him. How do you think he did today?
Do you know that this kid is famous for scoring so many goals at Juventus under 23s or something, or under 18s? He scored a lot of goals. That's how he caught attention of everybody. He never got a like how can I say this? He never got service a lot. Did you notice that? Like
Yeah.
he was always far away from from the other players, and he was trying to do a few hold up plays, and it never went off. The ball just bounced off him. But apparently, we bought him because he's very talented. Do you remember we actually reviewed him like a big player? They actually did a
Yeah.
video for
Yeah.
him. They made him hot jersey. Like other kids don't get that. So I thought maybe he's rated at the City. I don't know. I don't see him staying. Maybe if I were him, how old is he? He came
I'm not
to us.
sure.
He came to us
Let
at 19, right? I don't know. We'll see.
me
We'll
have a
check
quick
anyway.
look.
I'll check later. Yeah, but if he's already hitting his 20s, I
19.
doubt. 19, right? So he came with
Yeah.
us at 18. 19. I don't know. Do you know what? I think they highly rate him because they never bought him for the CFG group. And look at that signing review they did for him. They showed the whole video and everything, and they sent him to Girona, and they never sent him to the under 20s EDS team. So maybe they rate him. Nothing impressive. Look, we majority of people might not like Jesus because he doesn't score goals, but Pablo is not going to take Jesus's place. And there's
No,
nothing I
not a
saw that was
chance.
impressive. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's what I
Yeah.
can say. Nothing impressive.
Last but not least, the goal scorer of the second goal, Sam Edozie. How do you think he did today?
This guy was actually the star of the game. I don't know if it's just me who saw that. Uh, do you remember I said we're looking for Pep? I'm pretty sure he looks for somebody who has a left foot and somebody who can take Sane's place. Because whether we like it or not, we might be salty that Sane left us, but when he left us, he left a gap.
Yeah.
Raheem is not left-footed. Raheem has to cut in. Foden is left-footed, but Foden is. Let's be honest. Foden is amazing, but Foden was never a winger by
Yeah.
any chance. So look, this Sam Mendozi, if he plays the second game and plays like this again, he was impressive. Uh, I was impressed. When was the last time you saw a City winger taking on somebody like that? It was Sane. It was always Sane
Yeah.
at the left. So it was impressive for a guy who looks like he looks. So he doesn't even look the part. Did you notice that? He just looks like some kid you find on a playing field at a football game. But he impressed. He was very impressive. And that don't take that finish for like it's not easy. That finish is not easy for you to squeeze it between the keeper and the post. So impressive, very impressive. And everybody was scared whenever he got the ball.
Yeah.
So I think Pep will be looking at this kid.
Yeah. Big up Chelsea fan in the live comments. That's it with all the players that played. We'll
Cool.
go to your final thoughts and then we'll wrap it up. Final thoughts of our performance today?
It was okay. As I said, it's fitness. So nobody made big mistakes. That's what I can say. We can say that's a good thing. I think that Zach Steffen mistake, yeah, but that's the biggest thing I saw. But nobody actually made big mistakes. Some of the players came yesterday, so we can't really judge them. Unfortunately, again, I don't know if you agree with me. I'm not impressed by the preseason setup we have. It's poor.
No.
United, I like today. I didn't even know United were playing. They keep playing games. Like they keep playing games over and over. And Liverpool had few games. Yet City, okay, Liverpool and United seem to be playing games with championship teams that are okay. I know they also played with Preston, but City seemed it's like before Barnsley. Did we even know who we're playing? We just knew we're playing Preston, and the other game was cancelled with a friend with a club that we own ourselves. Yeah, and looks like we. Do you remember that? Don't you miss the days when City had good preseasons, like proper preseasons? Like right now, we seem like now we seem like we don't care. We just say, you know what? I hope we don't start bad again. Remember last season, because of no preseason, we started poorly. Now most of our players are coming back in about 10 days. That's what Pep said. And in about 10 days, there's the Community Shield. So it looks like we're going to start late again. I hope we don't end up 13th again like last time. So look. Overall, it was a good game. Fitness is great, but where is Harry Kane and Jack Grealish? Where are they? So that's all I can say.
Yeah. Finally, before we wrap it up, where can they find you?
No, they can find me on Twitter on True City Fan. If you search True City Fan on Twitter, you can be able to find me. If you search True City Fan on YouTube, you can be able to find me. That's where you can find me. I don't have anything else. I don't do those emails for business and stuff. I don't have time for that. So that's where you can find me. Twitter, True City Fan, and you can find me on YouTube, True City Fan. And I'm always willing to collab in everybody's video if I have time. I don't mind if your channel is big or small. I will still come and do a few videos with you. For me, this is just a passion thing. So I'm not very competitive like other people. To be honest. Yeah.
Cheers for coming on, mate. You can
appreciate it, man.
You can find me at MCFC Hibs on Twitter and Dugout Daily on YouTube. We'll be live again tomorrow at some point. But cheers everyone for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you all in a bit. Take care.